All right, so in this video, you are about to see Representative Rosa DeLauro literally force feed Pam Bondi the truth about defunding the police, well, the ATF specifically. And it's embarrassing because she sat there trying to spin this whole efficiency narrative, completely ignoring the fact that the answer she's refusing to give is printed in black and white right in front of her face. She actually thought she could walk into that hearing room, look the committee in the eye, and peddle this absolute fantasy that slashing a budget by a quarter is somehow just a harmless reorganization. It is the most cynical, transparent attempt to dismantle public safety I have ever seen, and frankly, it is insulting that she thinks we wouldn't notice. Let's watch this heated exchange during a House Appropriations Committee hearing, and I'll give you my take at the end.
DeLauro?
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Just a quick note before I get to my questions. Fentanyl seizures are down 30% compared to last year. And that data is coming from the Customs and Border Patrol, CBP. I don't make it up. But fentanyl seizures are down. At your confirmation hearing, you asserted that you will do everything in your power to prevent illegal gun runners in our country. Your budget request for the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives, ATF, proposes a cut of 26% below the current level. How can you justify such a massive cut without inevitably weakening ATF's ability to help our state and local law enforcement fight illegal gun trafficking? How many ATF law enforcement officers and industry operations investigators do you anticipate will be lost to attrition as a result of this funding reduction you're proposing?
So, I am a career prosecutor, and I believe in keeping America safe, making America safe. First, what we're doing is ATF is going to be brought over with DEA. Everyone knows, everyone sitting up here, guns and drugs go together. They go together. We're going to make it more efficient. What I will tell you will not be happening is ATF agents will not be knocking on the doors of legal gun owners in the middle of the night asking them about their guns. They're going to be out on the streets. If I can finish, they're going to be out on the streets.
I have three
No.
minutes.
You asked me a question.
I did. And
you asked me a question.
And you haven't
I'm gonna
answered
answer
my
it.
question.
So they're going to be out on the streets working
You haven't
hand in hand
answered my
with
question.
DEA
You
to
haven't
violate.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like an answer to my question. And the question is not being answered. How many ATF law enforcement officers and industry operations investigators do you anticipate will be lost to attrition as a result of the funding reduction you are proposing? You are proposing a 26% cut to ATF for fiscal year 2026, as well as a 4.4% cut to DEA. So you're going to merge the two agencies together, and then you're going to shortchange their resources, so neither one of them will be able to do the job that they have been designed to do. You've got a 34% cut to the high-intensity drug trafficking areas program, no dedicated money at all for the Organized Crime Drug Enforcement Task Force. So, my view, it's fair to say that the Trump administration proposal shortchanges federal efforts to stop illegal gun trafficking and federal efforts to stop the flow of dangerous illegal drugs like fentanyl.
As I was attempting to answer your question very calmly, unlike you,
Excuse me, Madam Attorney General. Answer yes or no. Tell me what the numbers are. I don't want to hear all of your filibuster about this. Go ahead, please. Tell us the numbers.
So we are reorganizing. ATF agents want to be out on the street.
Okay, let me answer the question for you. I'm going to answer it for you. Page. Mr. Chairman, you give me a certain amount of time, and I have a high respect for you, but I don't have to listen, nor do my colleagues have to listen to a filibuster when it's a simple question. But I have an answer to your question. It's page 146 of the department's fiscal year 2026 budget, and the performance summary explicitly says, and let me quote, ATF will eliminate 541 industry operation investigators, reducing ATF's capacity to regulate the firearms and explosive industries by approximately 40% in fiscal year 2026. ATF will perform fewer regulatory inspections. And the department summary goes on to say, and let me quote, ATF anticipates a reduction of approximately 284 support personnel and 186 agents based on historical attrition patterns, and these personnel cuts will impact ATF across various functions, unquote. If the capacity to regulate firearms industry is reduced by 40%, if you are losing 186 ATF law enforcement agents on top of that, it is clear the direction you are headed with this budget, and that's what it is, isn't it? The proposal will weaken our ability to stop gun trafficking, and it will greatly reduce ATF support for state and local law enforcement that helps them prevent and solve violent crimes. It's a bad proposal.
Do you want to hear my answer in 3 seconds? You mentioned regulatory functions. We will not be having ATF agents go to the doors of gun owners in the middle of the night asking them about their guns, period. They will be out on the streets with DEA, guns and drugs.
How many are gone?
It will be attrition. We are not firing agents. They will be working.
How many
with
have
DEA.
taken attrition?
Can I tell you that they all want to be on the streets? They want to be doing their jobs. They want to be
But you're getting them
seizing
off
guns.
the streets.
They want
You're getting
to.
them
We're
off the
putting
streets.
them on the
And-
streets.
and
They want to be working with
you,
DEA.
you are getting them off
We
the
will be
streets. There is no
efficient.
clear, and Mr.
We will
Chairman,
be
I yield back my
efficient.
time. I yield back my time. Let's get some answers here.
Honestly, do they think we can't read? Do they think we don't own calculators? You look at these numbers, a 26% cut. 26%! You don't cut a quarter of an agency's funding and then turn around and tell us you're keeping America safe. It's just a lie. It is a flat out lie. You are gutting the very people, the only people who are out there stopping gun traffickers, and you're doing it while wrapping yourself in this fake law and order blanket. It's nauseating. And the excuse? Did you hear that excuse? Efficiency. Give me a break. You are merging the ATF with the DEA not because it makes sense, but because you want to drown the gun enforcement mission in a bathtub. Everyone knows what this is. It's not a merger. It's a liquidation sale. You are taking the cops off the beat, literally taking them off the street and pretending that shuffling the org chart is going to stop fentanyl. It makes zero sense. The audacity to sit there and try to run out the clock. I mean, it's just pathetic. You have a simple question on the table. How many cops are you firing? That's it. It's a number. But instead of answering, we get this rehearsed fear-mongering speech about knocking on doors in the middle of the night. What are you even talking about? Nobody asked about door knocking. We asked about the budget. It is such a desperate distraction tactic, waving these shiny objects around to scare people so they don't look at the spreadsheet. Because the spreadsheet is devastating. It is absolute carnage. Page 146. It is right there. You can't filibuster. Page 146. The document explicitly admits that you are eliminating over 500 investigators. 500. You are wiping out 40% of the capacity to regulate the industry. That isn't attrition. That isn't efficiency. That is a demolition. And to call it attrition like it's some natural weather event, oh, people just leave. You know what happens. No, you are forcing them out by starving the beast. You are creating an environment where the agency cannot function and then shrugging your shoulders when the agents walk out the door. It is sabotage, pure and simple. You are sabotaging the federal government's ability to enforce gun laws because you care more about the gun lobby than you do about public safety. I can't get over the hypocrisy. These are the same people who scream about defund the police every single election cycle. They put it on billboards, they run ads, and here they are in broad daylight, stripping the badges off of federal law enforcement officers. If a Democrat proposed a 26% cut to a law enforcement agency, Fox News would be melting down. But when they do it, when they decimate the ATF, it's just good governance. It's efficiency. It is gaslighting on a national scale. They look you in the eye and say, we're putting more agents on the street, while the budget document literally says minus 186 agents. Minus. That means subtraction. That means less. You cannot spin subtraction. It drives me insane. They think if they just say the opposite of the truth confidently enough, we'll all just nod along. Well, we aren't nodding along. We see the numbers, we see the cuts, and we see exactly what this is. A deliberate effort to let gun traffickers run wild while crippling the only agency designed to stop them. It is dangerous, it is reckless, and, frankly, it is disqualifying. You cannot claim to support law enforcement while you are actively signing their pink slips. If you are sick of the hypocrisy, if you are tired of watching them claim to support the police while they gut the budget, hit that subscribe button. We are going to keep reading the fine print, we're going to keep showing you the page numbers, and we are not going to let them get away with it. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.